TaskFlow has components. It has props. It has a component tree. But click a button and nothing happens. Type in a form and the input stays empty. Toggle a filter and the list doesn't change. That's because our components have no memory. They render once and forget everything. State is what gives React components memory. It's the data that changes over time, and when it changes, React re-renders the UI. Hooks are the functions that let you use state and other React features in function components. In this video, you'll learn useState for managing data, useEffect for side effects and API calls, useRef for DOM access and mutable values, useMemo and useCallback for performance, and custom hooks for extracting reusable logic. By the end, TaskFlow will have working state, filters, form inputs, and a custom useTasks hook. useState is the most fundamental hook. You call it with an initial value, and it returns an array with two elements, the current state value and a function to update it. Const count, set count equals useState 0. Count starts at 0. Call set count with a new value, and React re-renders the component with the updated count. This is the state flow. You call set state. React schedules a re-render, the component function runs again with the new state, and a new UI appears. For primitive state like numbers, strings, and booleans, it's straightforward. Const is open, set is open equals useState false. Toggle it with set is open, not is open. But object state requires a different approach. You can't mutate state directly. If you have a user object, don't write user.name equals new name. Instead, spread the old object and override the property. Set user open brace ... user name : new name close brace. This creates a new object which tells React something changed. Array state follows the same rule. Never push or splice. To add an item, spread the old array and append. Set tasks open bracket ... tasks, new task close bracket. To remove, use filter. Set tasks filter t_t.id not equals id. To update one item, use map. Set tasks map t_t.id equals id ? updated : t. Functional updates are important when the new state depends on the previous state. Instead of set count +1, write set count prev +1. This guarantees you're working with the latest value even when multiple updates happen in the same render cycle. Always use functional updates when the new value depends on the old value. useEffect handles side effects. Side effects are anything that reaches outside the component. API calls, timers, event listeners, local storage, document title changes. The syntax is useEffect with a callback function and a dependency array. useEffect open parenthesis, arrow function, open bracket, close parenthesis. The callback runs after the component renders. The dependency array controls when it runs again. An empty array means run once after the first render. Perfect for fetching data when the component mounts. If you add variables to the array, the effect reruns whenever those variables change. useEffect arrow function fetch data, open bracket useRid close bracket. Now it refetches whenever useRid changes. The cleanup function prevents memory leaks. Return a function from your effect, and React calls it before the effect runs again or when the component unmounts. useEffect arrow function const interval equals set interval, return arrow clear interval. This is essential for timers, subscriptions, and event listeners. The most common pitfall is the infinite loop. If you forget the dependency array entirely, the effect runs after every render. If your effect updates state, that triggers a re-render, which triggers the effect again. Render effect set state, render effect set state forever. The fix is simple. Always include the dependency array. Put only the values the effect actually depends on. If the effect should run once, use an empty array. React's ESLint plugin will warn you about missing dependencies. Listen to it. useRef creates a mutable container that persists across renders. Const input ref equals useRef null. The ref object has a current property that you can read and write. Attach it to a DOM element with the ref attribute. Input ref equals input ref. Now input ref.current points to the actual DOM node. Call input_ref.current.focus to focus the input programmatically. Unlike state, changing a ref does not trigger a re-render. This makes refs perfect for storing values that change but don't affect the UI. Previous state values, timer IDs, external library instances. useMemo caches a computed value between renders. Const filtered equals useMemo arrow function expensive filter comma open bracket tasks comma filter close bracket. React only recalculates when tasks or filter change. Without useMemo, the expensive calculation runs on every single render. useCallback is the same concept but for functions. Const handle delete equals useCallback arrow function delete logic comma open bracket close bracket. It returns the same function reference between renders. This matters when you pass callbacks to child components wrapped in react.memo. Without useCallback, the function is recreated every render and the memoized child re-renders because it sees a new prop. But here's the important part. Don't optimize prematurely. useMemo and useCallback have overhead. Only use them when you measure a performance problem, when a calculation is genuinely expensive, or when a child component is wrapped in react.memo. For most components, React is fast enough without them. Custom hooks let you extract component logic into reusable functions. A custom hook is just a function whose name starts with use. Function use, local storage, takes a key and initial value, uses useState and useEffect internally, returns the value and setter. Any component can call use local storage to persist state. The hook encapsulates the complexity. The component stays clean. Custom hooks can call other hooks. useState, useEffect, useRef, even other custom hooks. They follow the same rules as regular hooks, the rules of hooks. There are two rules and they are non-negotiable. Rule 1. Only call hooks at the top level, never inside loops, conditions, or nested functions. React relies on the order of hook calls to match state to the right hook. If you put a hook inside an if statement, the order changes between renders and everything breaks. Rule 2. Only call hooks from React functions. That means function components and custom hooks. Not regular JavaScript functions, not class methods, not event handlers outside of a component. React DevTools is your best friend for debugging state. Open your browser DevTools, go to the Components tab. You can see every component's current state and props. Click a component to inspect its hooks. You can even edit state values live to test different scenarios. The Profiler tab shows which components re-render and why. Use it to find unnecessary re-renders before reaching for useMemo. Let's add real state to TaskFlow. First, a custom useTasks hook. It calls useState with an empty array for tasks. It calls useEffect with an empty dependency array to fetch tasks from the API on mount. It returns tasks, add task, delete task, and toggle task functions. Each function uses functional state updates to modify the tasks array immutably. Filter state lives in the main component. Const filter, set filter equals useState all. A useMemo computes filtered tasks based on the current filter. When the user clicks a filter button, setFilter updates the value, useMemo recalculates, and only matching tasks appear. Form input state uses controlled components. Const title, setTitle equals useState empty string. The input's value is bound to title. Its onChange handler calls setTitle. On submit, we call addTask with the title and reset the input. For API calls, useEffect fetches data and stores it in state. We add a loading state and an error state. While loading, show a spinner. If error, show a message. Otherwise, render the task list. This pattern of loading, error, and data is the standard for async state in React. Let's recap what you learned. Use state for primitive object and array state with immutable updates. Use effect for side effects with dependency arrays and cleanup functions. useRef for DOM access and mutable values that don't trigger re-renders. useMemo and useCallback for performance optimization when needed. Custom hooks for extracting and reusing stateful logic. The rules of hooks: top level only, React functions only, and React dev tools for inspecting and debugging state. In the next video, we add routing and data fetching to TaskFlow, React router, API calls, loading states, and caching. See you in the next one.